फेरि त्यसमा क्याटफिस भन्ने हुँदो रहेछ है.
के हो यस्तो फेरि?
क्याटफिस भनेपछि you didn't know this?
I don't have.
That's all right. So they've got like hens, all kinds of stuff रहेछ अहिले होइन. क्याटफिस भन्ने के रहेछ भने फोटो एकजनाको राख्ने, प्रोफाइल एकजनाको राख्ने
अनि अर्कैको
अनि भेट्दाखेरि अर्कै मान्छे त्यसलाई चाहिँ क्याटफिस भन्दो रहेछ. So you got to be careful. So त्यो बहिनी महिला पुरुष जोसुकै होस् यदि यहाँले यो पडकास्ट सुनिरहनु भएको छ भने मेरो अनुभवले यो बताउँछ. अब 52 वर्षमा गएर बिहा गरेँ हराउँछु म, बिचमा हराएँ होला कि फेरि हराएँ होला, अलिकति हुन्छ नि लभ पर्छ नि त बुढेसकाल.
ठिक छ, लभ हो जतिखेर पनि पढ्न सक्छ.
लभ भन्दाखेरि पनि आकर्षित हुँदो रहेछ. यो मान्छे म्याचेस हु आई एम, आई लाइक दिस पर्सन, भ्याल्युज मिट हुन्छ होइन. मलाई त अलिकति टाइम, मैले अझै समय खोजेको थिएँ बिहा गर्नुको लागि, तर उहाँले सोचिसक्नु भएको रहेछ र मलाई प्रपोज गर्नुभयो. प्रियङ्का आयुषसँग कुरा गरेर एकदम प्लान भइसकेको रहेछ. आई वाजन्ट रेडी.
मेरो फेभरेट कुरा मैले चाहिँ पढेँ होइन, र मलाई चाहिँ अरूहरूले सेयर पनि गरेँ, आयुष पनि सेयर गरेँ. वी टक्ड अबाउट सो मेनी थिङ्स व्हेन आयुष केम टु द सो एज वेल होइन.
Oh really? I haven't watched it. I should. What did you talk about?
Bumbleमा भेटायो भने नि त.
Yes.
Isn't that brilliant?
Absolutely. Move with the times. Move with the times.
He moved with the future.
Moved with the future, moved with the times, where actually saying, I went to a podcast yesterday, okay? महिलाहरूको podcast थियो होइन, बबिता बस्नेतजीको, and I think that'll come out quite soon also. And
amazing. I love her.
I love her too. I've known her for so long, and I was really privileged to be there yesterday because we talked about so many things, and I think she walked away a bit shocked also because she saw another side to me, which उहाँका थिन्दै थिएन किनभने मैले झल्काएको छुइनँ त्यो साइड होइन. So if you get a chance, and if you do watch, please do watch. I will say that. अनि त्यहाँ मैले उहाँलाई के भन्यो भने, what were we talking about? Hang on.
No
worries. Bumble. So what? No. Bumble. And she said, oh, यहाँहरू कहाँ भेट्नु भएको? So I said, social चीजमा. Social एउटा पोर्टल रहेछ. मेरो कान्छो छोराले मलाई हालिदियो. अनि जेठो छोरा स्टुअर्टको जेठो छोराले उसलाई हालिदिया रहेछ होइन. अनि विमेनले चुज गर्न सक्दो रहेछ नि त कोसँग कुरा गर्ने भनेर बम्बलमा चाहिँ.
Okay.
It's the women who decide who to
कोसँग कुरा गर्ने
नगर्ने. So it's not the person, the man who decides. And you know what Babita ji said? That's why I took a name. She talked about Draupadi. She talked about the princesses earlier in Hindu, in Shastra. Oh. You know, saying that महिलाले स्वयंवर भनेको स्वयंवर लगाउँछु म, स्वयंवर आफै लगाउँछु, स्वयं लगाउँछु. So you choose your mate, the ideal mate. So Bumble त्यस्तो रहेछ. So that's what I did. And I chose 2 people that I thought that I wanted to get to know or maybe give my time a little bit to chat.
आशीर्मानले हजुरको अकाउन्ट खोलिदियो हैन त, अनि त्यसपछि स्टुअर्टको छोराले स्टुअर्टको अकाउन्ट खोल्यो.
अलेक्जेन्डरले खोलिदियो.
Isn't that amazing?
It is.
That's really cool.
Sure.
तिमीहरूको बम्बल छ तिमीहरूको बम्बल सोधेँ मैले दुईजनालाई सोधेँ
त्यसमा लाज के छ
के छैन
लाज के छ
If you're single, go for it.
If you're single and you want to meet people all over the world or around your territory and somebody who's there, फेरि त्यसमा catfish भन्ने हुँदो रहेछ है
के हो यस्तो फेरि
catfish भन्ने You didn't know this?
I don't have
That's all right. So they've got like hinge, all kinds of stuff right earlier, you know. And Asher keeps me very updated with all of the happenings in the world in whichever generation. And catfish भन्ने के रहेछ भने फोटो एकजनाको राख्ने प्रोफाइल एकजनाको राख्ने
अनि अर्कैको
अनि भेट्दाखेरि अर्कै मान्छे त्यसलाई चाहिँ क्याटफिस भन्दो रहेछ सी गट बी केयरफुल तर म अलिकति हिचकिचाएको थिएँ आई डिन्ट बिकज मलाई त नेपालमा रविना भनेर चिन्थ्यो नि त आफ्नो सर्टन एउटा नाम छ नि त एन्ड आई अलवेज डिड वाट एभर आई डिड विथ डिग्निटी एन्ड इफ आई वाज doing something, whether it be a boyfriend that I made sarvajanic, it was because I was ready to take it on. I was ready to take it on. It's like, bring it on. I can take it. Yeah, I do have something going. So what? It's none of your business. You know? Biha garnuvanda पहिला बीचमा I'm not a nun. And I made my children understand that you need to look at me not only in the eyes of like a mother, I'm also a woman. I'm a woman first. Right? If I can listen to your love stories and sexual stories, and I can sit over there and listen to you like a friend, I'm just not your mother.
It's both ways.
Of course it's both ways. So anyway, so Bumble ma त्यसरी भयो and I chose two people. Stuartले टाइम जिस्काउँछ मलाई अर्को एकजना मान्छे पनि भेटेको थिएँ कि मैले देखाएको थिएँ त्यहाँ मलाई आफूलाई मन परेको सो अप्ठ्यारो कसरी लाग्यो भने पहिला मेरो फोटो राखिनँ मैले एउटा सिलुएट मात्रै राखेँ होइन नाम पनि रविना भनेर राखिनँ किनभने आफू त पहिला हो नि त पहिलाचोटि गरिरहेको छु नि त यस्तो चिज सो आई डिडन्ट वान्ट टु completely be out there. And then after a while I thought, who am I kidding? If I really want to meet somebody, कसैलाई म भेट्ने नै हो भने लाज के छ भाइ त्यसमा यो त पोर्टल रहेछ एउटा डेटिङ एप रहेछ यो म भेट्नै चाहन्छु भने म भेट्दिन्छु नि त र भनेर मेरो नाम राख्दै त्यहाँदेखि आफ्नै नाम राखेँ
आफ्नो फोटो पनि राख्नुभयो होइन वाइ नट
फोटो राखेँ मैले राखेँ आफ्नै फोटो पनि राखेँ पुरा आफ्नो नाम पनि राखेँ अनि दुईजना मैले उत्यो गरेँ अनि हाई भनेर पठाएँ कि दुईजनालाई मेरो कथा थियो हाई भनेर किनभने केटीले इनिसिएट गर्नु पर्दो रहेछ नि त यो
स्टुअर्टले हाई ब्याक
अनि स्टुअर्टले उसको नाम केप्रिकर्न भन्ने थियो कि त्यसमा सो आई सेड हाई होइन हाई भनेर पठाएँ उसले पनि हाई भनेर पठाएँ ऊ पनि अलिकति ऊ पनि आफ्नो इन्टेग्रिटी र सर्टन एउटा त्यसमा बसिरहेको व्यक्ति हो नि त त्यो उसलाई पनि अब उसलाई पनि त्यस्तै भएछ कि सो एनीवे वी गट टकिङ एन्ड आई वाज लाइक आइम नट पुसी फुटिङ ओभर हियर And he said, my name is not Capricorn, my name is Stuart, I work in an NGO, da-da-da-da-da. And I said, yeah, I am so-and-so, this is where I work, and this is my number if you want to speak to me. I gave my number as well. अलिकति छक्क पनि पर्यो होला whatever, होइन? But I wasn't fooling around. If you really want to meet me, if I want to meet somebody, let's get cracking. Let's see. हेरौँ न त
के रहेछ
हेरौँ न त को आउँदो रहेछ होइन जिन्दगीमा हेरौँ न
55 मा डेटिङ कस्तो 55 नभने 50s मा 52 मा डेटिङ कस्तो हुँदो रहेछ
You're very well informed
about yourself and
the world. You're wise in many ways. You know what you want, you know what you don't want. You don't compromise. You don't mistake attraction for love. You don't mistake physical chemistry for love. You know what attachment is. You are much more careful and you weigh the person more, saying, okay, and then you cross-question, you take your time to see if your values match. Because you've been through so much. You're much wiser in the ways of the world, right?
Take experience.
Yeah, that was my experience. And then we met. And then I called him up. I called him. And I was going to work that day. I called, and then I was like, what am I doing? You know, if I want to meet this guy, I gave him my number. And so we talked over the phone. And we decided to meet. He was going to Borneo, yaबाट त्यो कुरा अनि त्यहाँदेखि we met and my अस्ति भर्खर हाम्रो anniversary थियो होइन and we filled हाम्रो memories के and the first question त्यो memoryमा के थियो भने was what was your first impression when you met me भनेर so we met for drinks होइन I went after work I was like, holy mother, I haven't been on a date for so long. I've never been on a date. You know what I mean? I was like pins and needles.
All excited.
Not excited. Not excited.
Not excited.
It wasn't excited. I was and Asher calmed me down. And he said, just go. See how it goes. You know?
Beautiful.
Yeah. And then I went and I saw him and we wrote Kitu Kitabma. First impression, Keith Yobanir. So it's like, I don't care if you fall in love when you're 70 or when you're in your 80s.
Yeah.
When there's when you know and you weigh that person, manko utyo whatever, the chemistry, त्यो हुन्छ नि मन जोड्यो भने त्यो भावना त्यो आवाज मान्छेलाई जुन हुन्छ नि यो मेरो बर्थडेको बेलामा यो त्यो चीज it doesn't matter how old you are. It's the same feeling.
Of course.
It's the same feeling, no matter what.
It's the same feeling like when you're a teenager.
Exactly.
It's the same thing.
Exactly. I used to say, Nita, when I was a teenager, I could do the banana split, you know? But now I know what not to do with my legs and I know my legs better.
The influence of your sons, again, both of them, one is a friend of mine, and one is a brother of mine. Ash and me, we get along as friends, and the other one, I get along as a younger brother. I love both of them.
It's beautiful.
You know that. I've known your whole family for such a long time.
तपाईले हाम्रो क्लिप एकदमै एन्जोय गर्नुभयो होला अब पुरै भिडियो हेर्नको लागि चाहिँ युट्युबमा सब्स्क्राइब गर्न नबिर्सिनु होला व्यास मिडिया नेटवर्क